Hey, big day for XRP and Ripple. For those of you who aren't familiar with this, XRP, Ripple is essentially, Ripple is a company that runs the XRP token, and this is a digital token that the SEC came out and said, no, this is not a security. It was a big win. That was in July of 2023. It was a big win for Ripple, the company. And a lot of folks are now looking at Ripple saying, hey, there's an opportunity to invest in XRP because Ripple is finally disanchoring from the weight of the regulators and lawsuits. And maybe there's an opportunity for the company to really succeed going forward. And so what happened today was potentially a step in that right direction. Today, Ripple announced that they're looking to get into the stablecoin industry with a one-to-one backed stablecoin, much like USDT or USDC, which are, of course, your number 1 and 2 stablecoins. Those are sitting at, presently, Tether USDT sits at a market cap of $106 billion. XRP right now sits at about a $33 billion market cap. It's only up about 2.6% on the day, which is surprising. You would think it'd be up more on this announcement, specifically because of how profitable stablecoins are. But first, remember, Tether has this market cap of about $106 billion. USDC is second, sitting at about $33 billion. And Ripple now wants to get in, given that they've got XRP as a number 6 token, and they think they can have essentially enough attraction to their business model to get some of those stablecoin assets. Now, why would you want stablecoins, a one-to-one backed stablecoins? It's a stablecoin. It's very, very simple. So the premise of a stablecoin is that you could have this on-chain coin that's always redeemable for $1 of cash. Well, what do you do in the meantime when people give you cash for them to give you a stablecoin, or for you to give them a stablecoin? What you do is you deposit that money into delicious money market funds, U.S. treasuries, or equivalent loans. This used to be risky because back in the day, Tether, in order to make a yield, would give loans to businesses, and if those loans went bad, it could break the peg of Tether, right? Kind of like Terra Luna had its collapse following its stablecoin disaster. But what's remarkable is Tether since has moved heavily to treasuries and money markets without as much risk of loss, and they've actually reduced their exposure to these sort of secured corporate loans, and instead, they're printing money off of treasuries. In fact, they're printing so much money that by the end of 2023, they had estimated excess reserves of $5 billion. So that's kind of like if somebody deposits $100 with you, and then you go make $5 of interest, now you have $105 backing that $100. You really did nothing other than collect interest and profit, and now you have $105. Roughly speaking, that's how Tether now sits at about $5 billion in excess reserves. In Q4 alone, so literally in 3 months alone, they made $2.85 billion over at Tether. That's almost $1 billion per month. Think about that for a moment. On a 30-day time span, that's making about what do we got here? That would be about, if I go $950 million divided by 30, that's about $31.6 million a day. That's making $1.3 million an hour at Tether simply for holding people's dollars, giving them a stable coin and putting it on chain. So it's a really, really good business. It's a business that's led by trust, though. The reason people keep going back to Tether is because it's held its peg. It's held its peg better than USDC. USDC is pretty good as well, but both of these have done very, very well. And there's always been fear over Tether, mostly because have been relatively unaware of what their balance sheet consists of. But recently, they don't really have to go into much risk. They could just sit in money markets, treasuries. Now, that might change again in the future when and if rates come down over the longer term. But this makes a lot of sense for a company like Ripple to get into the stablecoin market just because they do have a reputation and they do have a large fan base. And quite frankly, even if they could do 1/10 the business of Tether, they would still end up making somewhere around $130,000 an hour with 1/10 of the business of Tether. That's still really good. Even if they had 1/100th of the business of Tether, they would still end up making somewhere around $13,000 per hour, basically doing nothing. I'm not trying to minimize the work that goes into stablecoins and stuff, but stablecoins are great business, fantastic business. And now that some of the regulatory action is out of the way, XRP being ruled a digital token, not in and of itself a contract, transaction, or scheme, aka not a security, there's been more enthusiasm for Ripple. So, great news for Ripple. Let's give it to Ripple. I will say, though, I'm surprised the stock is only up as little as it is right now, about, again, 2.6%. Possibly because some folks already saw this writing on the wall. Either that, or they don't think that Ripple will actually be able to compete, or there's just a detachment between the business and the underlying XRP, which I think is less likely. XRP has had, it's had its roller coaster days here. But personally, I think, if I was a Ripple fan, this would be, this is a great move, and it's a smart move. So anyway, that's my take. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Good luck and goodbye. Oh, wait. Before we go, we should do something else. Let's quickly just see BTC price action, because I think it's a big deal for the market going forward. If you look at BTC price action, on the day chart, we're really wedging out over here, and that sets up for either a breakout or a breakdown. And right now, I am happy to say that we are breaking above that trend line. When you look at that trend line, I want you to pay attention how this was made. We're taking that 2.6 date, we're taking that 2.26 date, and we're taking that 3.20 date, drawing a continued line. And we can see we've touched this line a bit before when we look at the 5-minute chart, for example, with this large breakdown here. Touch the line, get below it, get rejected, come down, get rejected, try to break through, fail, come back up, try to break through, reject again. So we've really had trouble, and we're just now finally breaking through. So it's actually really bullish for the crypto industry as long as we stay above that trend. Now, what could derail this? It's not going to take much. A bad jobs or CPI report is going to be bad for risk assets. So buckle up. I'll obviously be covering these live on the Meet Kevin Market Live channel. So make sure to check that out. We'll see you there for those reports. Thanks so much for watching. Coupon code expires tomorrow on the programs on building your wealth. And of course, get yourself life insurance in as little as 5 minutes by going to metkevin.com/life. And on screen here is Webull. That's where I like to do my trading. I send all my buy-sell alerts to those folks in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. Trading an option right now, a delicious 0 day we're up on. Let's hope that it keeps printing some tendies today. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Goodbye.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in HouseHack to always read the PPM at househack.com.